say I'd had a fairly normal childhood. I came from parents who loved us. I had a strong sense of family surrounding us, and I had friends for most of my life, to be honest.
I think I had a fairly good childhood. I mean,
I've always taken care of myself. It's always been just me, so before the DPDR started, I practiced self-care. Taking time for myself, never pushing myself too hard, remembering to treat myself with care.
My upbringing wasn't the easiest. I've been through some hard times and seen some nasty stuff, but I never let it get me down.
I was always my own number one priority, really. I became emotionally numb for short or extended periods of time and feel withdrawn into my own body, as if I'm a tiny consciousness seeing through the eyes of a shell that is not mine or I do not control, really.
I would never stay up too late. I enjoyed reading, I had several hobbies. It feels weird saying self-care, since I clearly didn't take good enough care of myself. But I guess keeping myself alive for 19 years is classed as self-care.
I've been affected by DPD and slightly DR for 23 years now. It came about just all of a sudden when I was 18, although I had always suffered with the anxiety and a fear of dying.
so then we've got the depersonalization that started in February 2016. I remember the exact minute. I had like these thoughts that like I wanted to be like outside of myself, like I wanted to break out of my own like body.
As I grew up, things started getting a bit tougher. Family passed away, started to get bullied, and a lot of this led to mental illness.
And basically one day I was with the therapist, I was kind of just like telling him about these like thoughts that I had been having and these like sensations and these urges. And yeah, basically at the end of my explanation, just something happened, like just something in my brain. Like I remember exactly the feeling, like it just, I don't know, I thought like I popped like a blood vessel or something.
Eventually something quite traumatic happened in my life. This was the exact moment I disconnected myself from the real world and started suffering from depersonalization.
Yeah, it felt like there was this like glass like in front of my eyes, like separating me from the world. So I went to the psychiatrist. I was like, I don't know if I should speak to you about this, but I think like, I'm not sure if this is either like psychological or if I have like, I was like, yeah, it's really like there's like a pane of glass between myself and the world. To me, it's more than just, oh, I feel spacey. To me, it's like a way of being.
I feel like I'm floating. Like, I can't connect my consciousness to what's going on in the real world.
And then I also started Googling the other things that I had been experiencing, which was the urges to be like outside of myself. And then I realized that there's a pattern to this. When I did more research into that, I came across depersonalization. And finally, and then, you know, I was like reading it, I was like, I guess this is probably it. And then I hit derealization, and that's when I was like, all right, this is it. It was like slowly getting a little bit worse. It wasn't always feeling the exact same. Like sometimes I felt like my thoughts and sensations would change a little bit, but still it was always there pretty much 24/7. Yeah, 100% of the time. But I think if you've experienced like depersonalization, I don't think that the like physical body becomes that much of a problem anymore. Life, the world, the universe, what it means to be conscious, what it means to be a person, what it means to be real, what it means to exist. I don't even really know what it's like to not be like this. It's kind of just, it almost feels sort of natural. Yeah, it has definitely been difficult. It's definitely been the biggest challenge in life. I don't think I'll ever have a bigger challenge.
Sometimes I feel like everyone is fake, able to put on a mask for everyone else to see. I wonder if I'm broken because I refuse to lie to myself.
I didn't ask for it.
It affected me profoundly, and although I now take medication to help, which seems to override the feelings of DPD, I still, when I'm stressed and anxious, feel like this.
Like, what is it like for this to not feel like this? I had like a good job, but I was like, I can't go into what, like, this is not like, you can't live like this. This is not life. One cannot just go to work like this.
I feel like I'm trapped in a box and I can't really get out.
I feel like trapped, like, by this, like, glass.
The feeling which DPD brings is something which others can't understand, unless you've been through it yourself. The disorder has prevented me from having children, as I have the added fear of not knowing how I would feel whilst being pregnant and not being able to do anything about having a child growing within me. This has made me a very negative thinker, and I obsess about everything now.
I remember, like, I was thinking, like, there's no depth to my surroundings. Like, when I look up into the sky, like, there's no depth, there's no, like, emotional color.
It feels like every day is the same.
It's as though I'm constantly walking, but I never really reach my destination.
I have little to no control over anything. I take actions, make choices, I do things that seem to make no impact. They do nothing.
I thought I'd had it under control.
No matter what I do, nothing changes. Everything goes back to the way it was.
Every day is just the same.
I have no impact on anything.
I could do anything I want, and tomorrow would be exactly the same.
In my experience, it's more than just like thoughts. It's also like a way of being.
I don't know what to think. Everything feels like a lie.
It's impossible to believe that there's a God or some almighty spirit when there's people suffering like this.
I wish I still believed in God. I could probably make myself believe in him, but I don't want to lie to myself.
Sometimes I feel like parts of my body aren't mine, or they're not real. When it does happen, I know I need to ground myself, but in certain situations, that is hard.
A few weeks later, I definitely felt a little bit of something good happening with the Prozac. I'm not entirely sure what a cure means because it's like a way of being. I've definitely done a better job of enjoying the moment. The medicine has certainly helped to calm me down. It's not a cure by any means, but like I said, I'm not entirely sure what a cure means. I'm still definitely like in the fog.
I think I've learned to live with it.
Don't really understand what a cure would look like.
I think it's going to be alright.
The worst of it is trying to describe the feeling of not being in your own body.
Art and like music, now I get really moved by it. So I definitely like turn things around
I know I need to take care of myself and go easy. There's no sound solution, so I may as well just learn to cope than to spend my life wallowing in self-pity.
I'm not healed yet, but most of the time, I can function halfway normal.
Have to tread lightly and go slowly and be gentle with it. Do your own saving for yourself because other people aren't going to save you.
I just want to run away from myself.
Things can always take a turn for the better.